Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, the channel that you have clicked on is called Mr. Articulate, and on this channel I upload a video every night aiming to be about 5 minutes long, and I just try to speak as articulately as I can on whatever topic I'm talking about, and I try to avoid using filler words like and completely from beginning to end. Being successful in that endeavor to avoid filler words is definitely a work in progress, but that's the goal with this video, just like all the others. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit with reference to a tweet that I read recently from someone whom I follow on X, whom I like a lot, named Fisher King 64. He's an anonymous account, but he is a great follow if you want to check out his Twitter, his tweets, or follow him. Fisher is spelled as like Bobby Fischer, and then it's just Fisher King, all one word, 64. And he did a tweet the other day about The Crown, which is, of course, the famous TV series on Netflix that follows the House of Windsor basically from Queen Elizabeth II's ascension to the throne all the way, I think, more or less into the present. And he said that The Crown was a fantastic show and it was very well made, and that it did a great job of showing just how vapid and worthless the people who have been the British royals for the last 75 years have been, and how outmoded and useless the institution of the monarchy is. And I agreed with him on the first part of what he said, which was that The Crown is a great show. I only watched the first 2 seasons. If you've seen it, you know that the first 2 seasons feature an actress playing Queen Elizabeth and an actor playing Prince Philip in their youth, not their childhood, but their young adulthood as a married couple and as the Queen and Prince Consort of Britain through into their early middle age. And then starting with season 3, there's new actors who are brought in to play those 2 characters and other characters in the show, because of course the characters have gotten so much older than the actors that the actors can't play the parts anymore. So after season 2, which is when the change in the cast happens, I just kind of stopped watching. But I adored the first 2 seasons of The Crown. I thought they were fantastic. But where I really disagreed with Fisher King 64 is I thought the show, while showing that these people in the inner circle of the royals of Britain are very human and flawed and all of that, I thought the show made an ongoing argument about monarchy and the monarchy in Britain, and it didn't make the case that the monarch is an important thing that Britain should always keep, or that the specific people filling the role were admirable people, but it did at least give both sides of the argument. And I have seen Fisher King 64 a couple of other times disparage British royalty and make note of the fact that he is very glad to live in our republic here in America, where there is no royalty, and that an institution of monarchy in the United States could never work. I, as an American, am all in on our Republican form of government. I would like to see it continue because I believe that honoring the past and honoring the people generation after generation who came before you and built what you've inherited is very important. And if we've had a quarter of a millennium of republicanism in the United States, we who are alive now are the stewards of that quarter century of republicanism, and we should think of ourselves as such. And we owe a duty to the men who fought the Revolutionary War and died in it, fought and died in the Civil War, which kept our Union whole, to in turn keep our Union whole and Republican. So I'm really digressing here, But while I don't just disagree with Fisher King about America, I really do disagree with his general disparagement of the institution of monarchy. And to point toward the supposed vapidness of the people who have been at the center of the royal house in Britain these last 75 years is not, to me, an argument against, or it's not a useful argument or a forceful argument against monarchy in general, because monarchy is not about the individual men who hold the scepter. It's about the scepter. It's about the throne. It's about a relationship between God and the people of the earth. And our governments, whatever form of government they are, in a way do mediate between God and we here on earth. And I find so much that's beautiful about the institution of monarchy. Again, you won't see me standing up and trying to advocate for a monarchy here in the United States, but I do feel a lot of romantic, sentimental attachment and attraction to European monarchies where they've been long established. And not every sentimental, romantic attraction we feel to a thing is balderdash. Sometimes you can admire something for sentiment, not for reason, and that admiration can still be very meaningful because we are sentimental creatures. And you can like something for its symbolic value, and other people can tell you 100 arguments for why practically this thing is bad, and you're just caught up on a symbol. But we humans are symbolic creatures, and something that moves us, a symbol, I should say, that moves our hearts and minds to lofty sentiments can be the winning argument, can be the thing that carries the field. So a lot here. I'm going to end up being probably 3 minutes over on this video, and I feel like because of the digressions I had, some of the core things I was going to talk about I didn't get to, and then some of the things a little further afield that I might have liked to talk about I was never going to have time for. So we'll see. I don't sit around thinking about this topic too often, but it could be good fodder for a few more of these videos over the next, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. So that's it for tonight. If you watched all the way to the end, I appreciate you doing that. And whatever time of day or night you're watching, I hope the rest of your day or your night is good. And I will see you back here tomorrow night for another video. Have a good one.